we go.
Good job. Wait a second, how old are you? How old are you? 13, male 13.
Okay, got a medal.
You got a medal. You're the first 13-year-old to run our race. Hi.
Second place for your age group. Great job.
Nice work.
Good job, Dash.
Is that it?
You didn't quit. No.
A new place, a new home. For a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride.
All right, we're going for our mini daily walks with the dogs. So Harley and Veda need to go get some exercise because they get cooped up in that RV as well as I do. The walls start caving in and they're not very far apart to begin with. We are in New York, upstate New York. We are at 1,000 Trails Park. Ryan and I joined, I believe it's called the Park Pass on 1,000 Trails, which it's a small investment. We added on some additional parks, which I can't remember the name of them. Ryan, do you remember the name of the 1,000 Trails that we joined?
The Trails Collections.
That gave us the ability to go to some additional parks, but we can only book out 21 days in advance. And then there's only a couple sites that are available. Needless to say, what I was trying to get to is we are at 1,000 Trails Park. So in total, I think we paid about just shy of $800 for the year. And that means that we can book at, whatever RVs are in that package. And this is one of the RV parks that's in that package. So this week we paid $0, which technically just offsets that $800 that we've already paid up front. The reason we went that route and we joined it initially is because Ryan and I want to go to Key West, and a week at an RV park in Key West is, when we looked at it, was $2,200. My thought was, why spend $2,200 when we can spend $800 and then it gives us more parks? This is our first experience at an all trails park. 1,000 Trails, sorry, 1,000 Trails. So as you can see, they have a movie theater, outdoor movies, soccer, volleyball. They have some sporting. I'm shaking. I think I had too much coffee. Those are the indoor-outdoor pools. There's a restaurant back there. I did not like the restaurant last night. I ordered a black bean burger and it was absolutely horrible. Hold on one second. Ryan, I'm shaking. I gotta switch hands. Okay. Went to that restaurant last night. I
had wings and they were good.
Yeah, I was the only one that did not care for my meal. I mean, I literally did not finish the bite, and I ate maybe 3 onion rings because it was just atrocious. They did take it off our bill, so I was thankful for that because I didn't want to spend $16 for something that I didn't even eat. All right, I'm digressing. So we're walking the dogs. They do have a beach back here, which Harley absolutely loves the beach. He loves the water. Veda hasn't been feeling so hot. She's been having some stomach issues. Harley has too, but not to the extent of Veda. So we gave him some rice today. Hopefully she will start to feel better. As you can tell, it's starting to get more, fill up more. This was completely empty except for us. So now for the weekend, it's going to be starting to fill up. That over there is going to be their inflatable outdoor course, water course or whatever. So we have, normally it would just be Ryan and I. Ryan has a younger son who's with us for the summer, and my middle son has joined us for our trip over the summer, and nobody has utilized any of the activities. I don't know if they're good or bad, but we haven't got any use out of them. I would have liked to go to the pool, but since we've been here, it has been in the 60s, while the rest of the US is in triple digits. We've been in long pants and long shirts. Today is our first day, at least my first day, in shorts since we've been here. I have today off. Today's a Friday. Ryan's finishing his work day. And then we're going to take the dogs on a hike in the Adirondack Mountains. Mountains? Are they mountains? I think they're mountains.
Adirondack Mountains.
Yeah. And so we're going to find a trail that we can is dog friendly. We did talk to the, is it All Trails? Am I saying it right? Or 1,000 Trails?
1,000 Trails.
Okay, 1,000 Trails. Sorry. There's so many different programs. We're still trying to get used to everything. But we did talk to a representative of 1,000 Trails because Ryan had heard that they upgraded to a 180-day booking period. So we could actually book our Thanksgiving dates because we're going to go see Ryan's mom. And they have one there in Ormond Beach. And we were hoping to get like some summer stuff done, or I mean winter stuff done, because I want to go stay by my oldest son and his wife, Trent and Sarah, who are moving to Fort Myers. So I want to spend the winter in the Gulf side, down south, and in the Keys. Not I, we. Right?
That's correct. She does that a lot, by the way.
Anyhow, as I say, we digress. And that I said we. I didn't just put that one on me. But
you know that's getting cut out.
Right. No. So we did talk to a representative on 1,000 Trails and thought we would upgrade our system. And as she's going through her whole spew and slides, which took probably about 45 minutes, coming to the end, which it comes down to the details that you want, is the money. I'm like, well, how much are we talking, Ryan? I mean, from what I got from the slides, the difference from what we paid to this is like $330. I'm like, that's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't we do that? We get all these different campgrounds. We got 180 days to upgrade. And she looked at me like she was confused. Like, what? No, it wasn't $300. That's just the annual fee. The fee was like
$16,000.
$16,000. I was like, what? No. And she's like, why not? We look at how much you spend on campgrounds and that. Well, Ryan is a vet, so a disabled vet. So we get to stay at military bases. We do a lot of boondocking and Harvest Host, which, the campgrounds are nice, but I think I'm gonna like the state parks and the military bases better because my days of having young kids are behind me. I do like having space and not being around, I'm just at a different spot. I want more of nature. Let's put it that way. And plus, you're not on top of one another. At these parks, you don't have much space, and our dogs, they are very curious and don't like other dogs. So they like their space as well. They're like their owner. Needless to say, we said no. And she kept pressuring like every other salesperson, and nope, no's the answer. We did see I did some research because I just wanted to see, get some more back history on this. And there are secondary, like people that have sold their memberships that you can buy pennies to the dollar. I don't know. We're going to do our plan first, and, it's something we'll investigate later, but right now it's a no. Okay. That's all. Toodles.
It's a feeling that I It's a feeling that I bonfire.
Now today is warm. Today is 80 degrees and there are people in the pool and they're enjoying it. We're not at this point.
No, we're going to go hiking.
We're going to go hiking in the Adirondack Mountains, which we're the foothills of it currently. So we're going to find a dog-friendly trail for us to go on and take our 2 puppy dogs and enjoy the afternoon hiking in the Adirondack Mountains.
They're not used to kids. Thank you for asking.
We also get our exercise that way, hiking. Our goat legs here loves to hike.
I love to hike, but I'm terrified of falling, which I do frequently.
All right, we're back here at the RV site. We're gonna get loaded up, changed a little bit, and get on our hike.
On our way to go hiking, we are going to go to the Pinnacle. It's a 2.1 mile out and back trail near the Bolton Landing, New York. It's generally considered a moderate challenging route. It takes about an hour and 7 minutes to complete. Right now it is 79 degrees and it has a rating of 4.7. We'll give it a shot. We have about 20 minutes to get there. And we have a Jeep full. Ryan, the boys, and in the very back, well, there's Harley, and back in that corner is Beta. So we are all ready to go. We'll see how this goes. So join us when we get there. Now, I did use All Trails app to find this. Let me navigate. And this is why we have the cheap version and we don't have the ability to download the trail because we haven't paid for the app. We have the free version. And since we're up here in the woods, I am not getting signal. So this is our Jeep that we got when we decided that we were going full time. It's a 2022, I stand corrected. It's a 2022, I stand corrected. And we bought our Jeep so we could have a tow vehicle. We were originally going to get the Bronco, put in an order, but that was over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Since November.
Oh, okay. Since November, it feels like it's a lot longer than that.
8 months.
And yeah, still haven't even got notification that it's hit the assembly. We wanted to hit the road. We decided to go ahead and get a Jeep, but I didn't want a black Jeep, I didn't want a silver Jeep, and I didn't want a white Jeep. I wanted something different. I love the color scheme that we got. It's blue with a tan top and tan leather interior. So I sent it to my husband and said, what do you think about this? And of course he loved it. We went and got it. Then we had to get the tow system and everything else. We'll talk about that later. But we are on the trail. Oh yeah, we shall start our watches. Okay, all set. The boys have the dogs up there. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not sure what that is. Trail marker. So, okay. I don't know if you guys have done any backpacking. If you have, put it down in the comments below. Tell us about your experiences. I personally only camped once in my life. Well, no, twice. I went with my cousins one time to Turkey Run. But the other time was I backpacked a little bit of the AT. I started at Harper's Ferry and went south, the Appalachian Trail, and went southbound instead of northbound like everybody else. So I got to sign in at the Harper's Ferry halfway point book in, oh yes, further away, Ryan tells me. Okay, a newbie. Anyhow, that's been my experience of in a tent, camping. That's what the word I'm trying to think of. Those difficult words, you know. But that was an experience because my bag weighed 52 pounds and everything you took in, you had to take out. So it was an experience to say the least. But I do love hiking and being in nature. My downfall is I am not the most graceful person in the world and I fall.
Goat legs.
Yes, I made a comment one time. Ryan and I took the dogs on a trail in Signal Mountain, and I get nervous with the dogs because they're very protective.
Red's Lookout or the Pinnacle?
The Pinnacle. We're doing the red one. Yep. Okay, back to the story. We were at Signal Mountain and we're coming up. I do much better going up than I do going down. So anyhow, we were coming back, heading back to the end of the trail. Ryan had both dogs because there was an altercation with some other dogs that weren't on a leash, which is a whole nother topic. And I made a comment that I said, hey, I'm doing pretty good going over these rocks with my goat legs. And kid you not, less than 10 seconds later, I fell so hard, face first, for no reason at all. And Ryan goes, what'd you say? I'm like, nothing. So if you watched our Aruba rainforest video, you'll notice that we come to water with some rocks and I come to a screeching halt. My boys have made fun of me since when we went to Jamaica and said that I'm like a deer in headlights, that I just stop when my ground is not solid, which is true. They know me very well.
We are hiking up the Pinnacle. I'm guessing the hike down will be a little easier for us. Well, maybe not for Kerry. You heard the story about our goat legs. I don't know if you can tell, but this is pretty steep.
And it's an easy course.
And it's considered easy. It's very steep though. So we're just over halfway, like right at halfway.
Halfway isn't halfway.
And we are dead tired. This just shows how much work we have to do to get in shape to be able to do more of this without a problem. But it is kicking our butt. This is an easy course for this area. And this is extremely steep and it's kicking our butt. Hard. That just means I'm out of shape.
Yeah, it's easy. They say it's easy.
I say it's easy. It's easy for someone in shape.
I have 0.72 miles.
I have 0.83 miles. I like mine measurement better than hers.
And mine has hit the goal of 4 times up a flight of stairs. So that means 40 flights of stairs we've done. Hi, Beta Beta. You telling us it's time to go? Say, come on. Yeah, I'm the oldest one here. I should be complaining the most.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is nice and flat. We'll enjoy this for the moment. Again, remember that me telling you that I'm not graceful? I can't look into the camera and walk at the same time. I'm definitely not one that can chew and walk at the same time. So I'll talk and probably be looking down the whole time because I gotta watch out where my footing's at. And sometimes that doesn't even help me. So there's the red badge to let us know that we're still on the right path. So as I have to get used to this camera because it's now a part of our life, we've asked it to come into our life and share with everyone out there. It doesn't take much for me to sweat, as you can tell. I'm just, quote, walking or hiking. I wouldn't even say sweat, it's glistening, so I'm glistening.
You always listen, babe.
Thanks, hon. These darn horseflies. They're annoying the heck out of me. Oh, Ryan just fell. Almost fell. He almost did one of me. I haven't fallen yet. I sure don't want to jinx myself. Beautiful day. You can see the sun coming through. Oh, these horseflies are driving me bonkers. Sure is peaceful out here. Nothing like being alone, getting a little physical activities, getting boys off of their computers.
1 mile.
Ryan's watch says 1 mile. My watch says 0.9. Somehow we're off 1/10 of a mile when we both hit start at the same time. So what do you guys use for your tracking your mileage and heart rate and all that? We have the Garmin watches, like monitoring for triathlons. I used to do quite a bit of biking and triathlons. It feels like in another lifetime. And I had hopes of us getting some road bikes while we're on the road and start doing some new challenges. Not hopes, we're going to. We're gonna make it happen. It's just when you start on the road, there are so many things that you need. And we got what we thought were the main necessities, like the GPS Garmin that we put in the height and length of our RV. We have a Class A, and also our tow vehicle, the Jeep that I showed you earlier, and it will give us the route that is safe for us to go on for our vehicle. And so we avoid, hold on, got some rocks here. So we avoid taking off our air conditioners or going over weight capacities. Okay, I think we've almost hit the top, and it's gorgeous. It's well worth the steep incline to get up here. Although, I'm getting bit. Oh my gosh, these horseflies are miserable. What do you guys do to get rid of these horseflies? I don't like the smell of insect repellent. I'm more of a liking natural scents. But look at this.
beautiful up top. And now we're hitting the downslope, a little bit slower going down than actually coming up sometimes for us. But as long as she's safe, we're happy, right? But it is pretty steep. It's hard to tell in the camera, but it is pretty steep and it's very rocky. It's not like they're in one place. The rocks do move sometimes when you step on them, which...
Like that?
Like a chance I just slid a little. We'll take it nice and slow to make sure neither one of us turns our ankles. Of course, the boys and the puppy dogs have taken off, as usual, and left us in our dust. Their dust, I should say. So we will make our trek down and we just finished doing a hike up the mountain. That was the Pinnacle Mountain. It was a 1 mile hike up the mountain. Absolutely beautiful. Looked over Lake George. We get home and I complain about how tired I am. So what does my wife, my beautiful wife, do? And by the way, it is Friday evening at 7 o'clock. She gets on her phone and she finds
The events of the area.
the events of the area. We're looking for what to do tomorrow morning, and she finds a 15K for us to run tomorrow morning.
With no training at all.
With no training.
When's the last time you've ran?
The last time I've ran,
Like even a 5K.
did a 5K in New Mexico at Planet Fitness.
Oh yeah. That was...
In May. That was a month ago. It was a month ago. Outside of that, we have done a lot of walking. We did walk 5+ miles one day in New York City just a week ago.
So we asked the boys that are with us, Dash and David, if they would want to do with it. And they're both like, well, David has done a 15K. He did the 15K.
He did the gate with us in Jacksonville.
And yes, with Robert, Trent, and Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Dash has never done organized run
at all,
and let alone a 15K. And the poor kid, the only shoes he brought were Crocs. Not sure how that's going to work. We might have to find a store for him to get running tennis shoes. But they both said David was more enthusiastic than Dash. I think Dash is terrified of the idea. But he did agree to it.
He agreed to it. He said he would do it.
Guess what I'm doing? I'm registering us.
So she hopped on the computer before I changed my mind and is registering us. So once the money's spent, she knows that I definitely won't back out at that point because we're not going to lose money on something. So we're getting up in the morning and going to run a 15K here in the Adirondack Mountains. It starts in sunny Adirondack and ends at the battlefield in Lake George. And again, these places have nothing for us because we don't know this area at all. But it's kind of cool that we're going to do this. This is something we have said we want to do, which was run 5Ks and other events like this in the areas that we stay in as we trek across the country. And so being in the northeast this summer for another week, this is our first event that we decided spare the moment that we're going to do. So we'll be running a 15K in the morning. You guys will get to come with us and experience my near-death experience, I'm sure, for me.
Hopefully not near.
Hopefully not. That's a joke. But yeah, so this overweight old man is about to run a 15K in the morning with no training. So I'm going to bed. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night.
A new place, a new home. For a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride.